Namaste Yogis. It builds on the foundations of the dancer's pose, or better yet, the dragon tail posture that we looked at in the previous seasons. What posture is this? Let's find out. The asanas are the epitome of strength, beauty, grace, and maybe some occasional weirdness. Namaste Yogi. My name is Goga, kinda like yoga. In the last year, I have shared with you foundational postures in yoga. Today, my mission is to usher you into the world of advanced postures. It is what yoga postures become when they grow up. Enjoy the practice. The Mermaid pose or Rajakapotasana is the advanced variation of the one-legged king pigeon. So how do we get there? So let's begin in downward facing dog. So you're trying to create that inverted view with your body. Maybe bend one knee at a time, just be able to massage your hamstring, and then gently sweep your right leg up, and then maybe bend that knee and come into that down dog or scorpion or three-legged dog, and then keep melting your chest towards the left thigh, just trying to create that V, feeling that nice hip stretch as you lift your right leg up, and stay here maybe for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, and then slowly, gently bring your right knee to where your right wrist is. And you want to do this very delicately because this is normally a bit hard. So you bring the knee where the wrist is, and then you see that you can move your foot to be parallel to the front edge of the mat. This may not happen very easily, especially if you're just beginning, but you want to take your time, and it's perfectly fine if it slants a bit, but ideally you always want to keep that foot to be at 90 degrees in such a way that when you place your hand on your knee and your left hand on your foot, you're able to keep a straight torso or trunk. And if you lift your hands off the ground, you're able to balance and then bring them down onto the ground, onto your forearms, coming into half pigeon, and then stretch your hands forward and then drop your head down, melting your torso across your shins, and then keep reaching the back foot towards the back, feeling that nice stretch. This is a very deep hip opener, the half pigeon posture. And then you stay here for 3 to 5 breaths and then gently release, trying to bring your torso upright, okay? And then if you notice you're sliding on one side, you can slide a block under your right hip, trying to not sit on the block fully, but you want to just support the hip on that block or a cushion or something, and then just trying to find that stability, and then try to make sure that the torso is upright once again, and make sure that your hands can lift off the ground and without you falling on the side. All right, so I'm just going to slide a little bit of a block again on the side so that you guys are able to see. This is a way to modify so that you don't topple on one side. And then so that you can grab your left foot. So grab your left foot and then push it towards your glutes, feeling that stretch on the quads a bit here. And then so that you can slide that foot and wiggle it to where your left elbow crease is. Okay, so you want to do that again very delicately. If this is too much, stick to just that, pushing that foot towards the glutes. And then once you lock the foot on your left elbow crease, so that you can bring your fingers to interlace behind your back, and then you're using this motion of the foot against the elbow crease, just be able to find that stretch, and then the fingers interlace, and then you want to make sure that the right elbow is pointing towards the sky, and then you want to puff up your chest forward, just be able to lift your torso to be upright, and then you stay here for 5 to 6 deep yogic breaths. Inhale, empty. Trying to ensure that you're keeping the upper body straight at all times as you keep breathing in and out. And then the torso has to be straight, and then make sure that the foot is slightly bent. It doesn't need to be 90 degrees at this particular point. It can just be going in towards the left foot. 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, let it go. And again, you can either choose to look up, just be able to ensure that you're not putting any pressure on the neck, or just look forward and then staying with that sensation. Figure out what works for you. And then once you're done with your 5 to 6 breaths, you can gently prepare to just get out of the posture very slowly. Again, getting out of a yoga posture is very important, just the way you got into the posture. And then ideally when you're in this posture, you want to like maybe even rest your head on the right, elbow crease, just the way we did in Gomukhasana, or the cow face pose. And then slowly release, take that foot back, and then come into like the setting up of the half pigeon. All right, so the torso is straight once again, and then you just want to ensure that your alignment is proper. And then once you're done, slowly come back into downward facing dog. Again, lift that foot, shake it like crazy. Shake it, because it may be numb at this point in preparation for the left side. Okay. Again, you can bend one knee at a time, just be able to feel what you can feel. Again, you can modify this posture by using a yoga strap or a yoga belt, by bringing it to the foot, and then make sure you can like tie it on the ankle, and then keep walking your hands alongside the yoga belt as you reach the crown of your head towards the back foot. This is also very like difficult, and it's actually preparing for the king pigeon posture. And then you gently release. That's one way you can modify if you can't reach your foot. Okay, we are ready for the left side. So again, from downward facing dog, we lift the left leg up, coming into three-legged dog or the down dog scorpion pose. Keep melting the torso towards the right thigh. Stay here for 3 to 5 breaths, just be able to feel that hip stretch going on there. And then once you're ready, bring that left knee where your left wrist is, and then you do it very delicately. Again, you need to protect your knee because it's a very sensitive posture. And then so that you can bring your left foot to be parallel to the front edge of the mat. We're just trying to keep your shin parallel to the front of where you're practicing. Okay, and then keep wiggling the right foot towards the back. And then once you're ready, so that you can maintain a straight torso, maybe by placing your right hand on your foot and left hand on your knee. And then so that you can lift your hands off the ground and then bring your forearms down, setting up for half pigeon pose. So you can choose to stay in half pigeon for a bit, 3 to 5 breaths. It's a very good deep open, and it's just a good posture just to be able to also reflect and just see how your hips are opening. Otherwise, you can stretch your hands forward and bring your forehead down on the ground, melting your torso nicely on the shin. Just be able to feel that deep stretch on the left hip flexors. And then once you're done with your 3 to 5 breaths, you gently prepare to get out of the half pigeon pose, because from there is when you're going out to set up for the mermaid posture. Again, feel free to slide a block under your left hip, just to be able to find balance. If you notice that you're falling on one side, it's perfectly fine, so that when you come up and you're maintaining a straight torso, and you adjust your shin to be parallel to the front edge, you're able to find that like nice straight spine. And then that's when you know you're ready to come up. Okay, and then once you're confident with this, see whether you can now bend the right foot. The right foot is now back, so bend the right foot, grab that foot very nicely and slowly, feeling that nice stretch on the quads. You can stay here, or otherwise, you can stay, just feel that stretch on the quad. Otherwise, feel free to like wiggle that foot to where your left elbow crease is, and then take your right hand above your head and let the fingers interlace, finding that nice stretch. So the block or the cushion on the left hip is giving you that bit of support so that you don't fall on one side. And then you want to avoid looking down, so you want to like puff your chest up, and then you want to reach your torso up so that at least your spine is straight nicely. And then gaze forward, just make sure that your head is neutral so that you protect your neck, and you can rest your head slightly on the left hand that is lifted above, and stay here for your 5 to 6 yogic breaths. Inhale, exhale. One of the benefits of this posture is also it's a heart opener. When you open your heart, the possibilities are endless. Open your heart to love, compassion, and everything that you deserve at this particular point as we navigate towards the end of the year. So keep reaching the torso tall, just be able to find a bit of a stretch. So you're stretching the quads here, you're finding some mini back bend going on there. There's a bit of the twist on the spine that is also ongoing while in this posture. So it's a very full posture that has a lot of benefits. Exhaling in and out. Inhale, one last deep breath in this posture. Empty. Deep yogic breaths, intentionality even in your breath work. And then Gently release the posture by releasing your hands that are interlaced, and then take your right leg back very slowly. Feels a bit of a relief. And then keep wiggling the back foot again a little bit more. Maybe pause here for a bit. I was enjoying the sunset here, And then you can modify again this posture, remember, by using a yoga strap or a yoga belt, okay? Just be able to find more range. And then come back into downward facing dog. Feel free to bend one knee at a time just to release any pressure. Maybe kick that foot up, finding that bit of hip opening going on there. Shake it like crazy, and then release it down to the ground, all right? And then find that also that bit of hip on, you can even stretch the right foot, because sometimes the feet get numb at this point. This posture can be advanced in one way by coming into the standing variation. So you remember dancer's pose from season 2. So you can come into dancer's pose in the mermaid variation. This takes a lot of balance, but it's much easier on the hips as compared to when you're down on the floor. And you can just find your dancer's pose and release, and you can switch sides and figure out which side works for you. For some people, it may be the left, it may be the right. Trust your practice and just trust your journey and your process. So dancers pose on Rajakapotasana with the mermaid variation. I love this posture. It's very good, but it's a work in progress. And you can also use a strap. Remember to use a strap. Okay. And then just a quick recap on what we've learned today. So we said we come into downward facing dog, then we come into three-legged dog with the scorpion legs. We bend our knee open, feeling that hip stretch, and then we said we bring that knee to either of the wrists. So in my case now I'm using the left, so I bring the left knee to where my left wrist is, and then you try to get your shins parallel to the front edge of the mat in front of you, and then so that you can get your torso upright as you melt your hips down onto the ground. Keep stretching the back foot nicely, just find that deep stretch, and then so that you can lift your hands off the ground. If you can balance, then you're ready to come down into half pigeon posture. So you start with your forearms, and then once you're confident and you're ready, you can stretch your hands forward, bringing your head down, prostrating onto the ground underneath you that is supporting you, which is perfectly fine. And then remember, you release by coming again to ensure your torso is upright. And remember, you can grab your back foot. Choose to stay here if mermaid pose is not available for you, and feel that quad stretch. This is a very good posture just to stretch the quads as well. Otherwise, if you notice that you're sliding on one side, get something to balance. In my case here, I can use a water bottle or a cushion, or just something to stop your hip from falling on one side, because otherwise you'll find that it's very wobbly. And then so that you can interlace your fingers, and then try to reach the crown of your head above, and then gently release the posture, coming into downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time, just release any tension. Then slowly come into a comfortable sitting position, cross-legged. Bringing your hands in a Jali Mudra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We bow down and say Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, goodbye. Take care of yourself. Oof, this was harsh. Let me stretch my feet a bit. All right, guys. See you around. Bye-bye.